welcome to Two and Door Gaming, and I'm back with Life in the Village. Sorry, there's been a bit of a delay. There's been a lot going on, and I haven't been able to get the recording time that I needed to keep things going. But hopefully we'll get back on track and just catch a few things up. Now, one thing about my death point, I know I left it, and I was talking about maybe seeing if I could get close to it and work out whether there was like a little gravestone hanging in midair. But one thing I realised when I looked at my little map and waypoints is look how far away that is. It's like 2,000 meters below me. I'm not going to build a ladder to that. That's obviously where the bottom of the void is, 2,000 meters away. So yeah, unless I was to get an airship and try and pilot down and get a bit closer, would it still be there or not and whatever? And by the time I got to the stage where I had an airship, well, what's the point in rescuing what I have there? You know, it's pretty resource easy in a lot of ways, you know what I mean? So yeah, oh look, there's a nice little rat over there. So yeah, I'm abandoning my death point at this point in time. So I'm just going to turn it off. It'll still be marked, but it's not going to be for me. Yeah, if you luck or explores that sort of thing, let me know. But otherwise, it's done. It's gone. That noise. Ugh. Now another thing. Oh, yes, I got a few responses to my adventures in the void, and I got a great tip from Glenn Farselt, who talked about using the waystones. Now, I didn't actually realize this, but if you hold a waystone in your quick bar, so when I'm talking waystones, I'm talking these little beauties over here. If you hold one of those in your quick bar and right click it, it will bring up this interface. Apparently, I haven't tested it yet, but I'll trust him on this one. So if I'd had one of those in my hand as I was falling and right-clicked it, I could have transported myself out of there before I died. So you might like to try that. You might have one of those handy and next to you. So that's a pretty good tip, that one. But yeah, I didn't get it. Another thing with the rat last time about the tamed rat and how I couldn't kill it. Well, Stephen Garrett tells me that is because if a rat is tamed, it's been tamed by the Pied Piper. And you have to kill the Pied Piper first before you can kill the rat. Now, when I encountered mine, I didn't see the Pied Piper around anywhere. Probably because it was daytime, and if the Pied Piper is a skeleton, which he is, I've seen one before, but I killed him from a distance with a bow and arrow, so I didn't notice anything about the rats being weird. I wonder if that's what had happened, that the Pied Piper had burnt up, but his rat was still running around tame, and therefore impossible to get. So, yeah. So it's best just to run away from them, or if you can, bury them in gravel or something like that. So that was good. Well, speaking of them, rats that is, I don't believe that I've ever actually shown you a rat's nest, and I found one over here, so I kept it so you could see. See? Ooh, there's a little rat hole. Right there. Camouflaged in. And I guess the rats come out at night, or something. So, yeah. Effective tool is an axe. Goodbye. One less rat hole. I think you just go dirt. Whatevs. So that's what a rat hole looks like. I was beating off a raid and I managed to get a chief sword. Yay! Which is handy for at least one of the builds. Way back near the start when I was looking at this monster fort build. Let's see if I can bring it up. I probably can't because I don't have the town hall thing. But yeah, I was looking at this thing that had a moat and was huge and what have you, and John Fallon 92 warned me that if I was to build it, stage 5 requires a little item frame, and in that item frame you need a chief sword, and it's a very rare drop from a chieftain. So if I decide to do that, I'll be set. Yeah. I'll have a cheap sword ready to go. So that's handy. I'm going to make sure I store that. Let's not have my builder's wand equipped. So definitely I'm going to keep hold of that. I don't want to lose it. What else have I discovered? This is fun. I've got a living modification on the shovel, which creates an interesting effect when you use your excavate button. I'm currently clearing this space because this is where I'm going to put my library. And if you have a look at this, what's this? Isn't that fun? Now that's not, obviously you'll see my experience isn't going up. That is shovel experience. The shovel's experience is going up. Okay, so at the moment it's 222.7. It's lazy. That's why it gave me a message about all the hard work I'm putting it through. So I'll collect it all up. It reminds me of those pretty blue and pink colours. It makes me think of like a birthday party, a bit of confetti thrown about. So now we'll have a look at it. See, 270.8. So that's good. Now when it levels up, and I'm almost at level up there, it doesn't seem to make it more efficient. It just makes it like does more damage. So at the moment it's at 4.5 damage at level 7. So if I do some more, I'm growing weaker to endure. 21.6 durability remaining. Ah yes, more power. Now back to sleep. Getting a little confused about what's going on there. But what is that? Just a stinky sword. Yep, nothing interesting. That's a pretty decent for a stone sword, but I don't really need it. Unfortunately, some nice mods on it. Anyway, back to what we're doing. So now we have a look. 4.5/1. Okay, so that didn't actually change this time. Is that because it's broken? Or just because it only goes up every couple of hours? I don't know, but it was changing before? I thought it was a while ago when I was playing around with it, so I may actually not be correct. Let's make another one. What's the standard one? No, that's 4.5 from 1 too. I thought it went up in... So what is it going up in? It's leveling up, but it's doing anything? Maybe its durability is increasing or something. I don't know. When in main hand. Oh yeah, see down there, 5.7 attack damage. That's what I was looking at before. Right, yes, so it is increasing. I would just... In the short it doesn't show it, but in the long it does. Yeah. I knew I'd seen that. Yeah. Okay, so yes, so that's interesting. It may be increasing, but not that much. Oh, come take my skinny slicer. Yes. So I've just basically been tootling around, fiddling with this and that, trying to get things sorted and getting up my levels again so that I can dig and get diamonds and all that sort of stuff. Preparing for the library. I realised I really have messed up with the town hall and these houses in the placement, so I'm going to try and move them, but the interface was doing really weird things. When I tried removing this one, it's currently in process. When I tried moving it, it's through. I'd moved it sort of 3 blocks over, and yet the scaffolding came all the way out here, and then it just all went weird and stuff. So I don't know what it's doing. I don't know whether it's going to settle. Like in the interface, when I had this up, like the lines, the white lines, were saying that it was lined up here, but as soon as I ticked the yes for build, it put them out there, the scaffold stuff. So I was like, what? So, well, I'll have to see what happens with that. But obviously this was coming way too close and cutting across. it's almost finished, the whole upgrade. It's been a massive undertaking, and it's going to be interesting to explore when it's done, but for the moment it's not done. Another thing I'm planning is I realised just how long it could take to get the experience up. You know, considering how long I'd been playing and how much I built up. So I'm going to just put in a simple mob spawner like I do with cave colonies. I'll show you what I do because some of you I know don't watch the cave colony series and won't have seen it. It's very simple. The advantage I'll have in this is I've already got a mob spawner, because you can use the chest transporters. You know, I'll show you what I mean. You can use these guys to pick up mob spawners, and so I did pick one up, and I've got one stored in my warehouse there. So yes, I'll be able to put that in and make that happen. And what I'm thinking is it makes sense to put it under the fort. Bit of a glitch there. Fortress, what do you do? Barracks. Sorry, barracks. So I'm going to tidy this up at long last, which I've been meaning to do for a long time. And then I'll put the mob spawner underneath, and that will be funky. And yeah, that'll be cool. Mix? No, I'm full. No, I'm full. That's right. I just having a little browse around of what it takes to go to level 4 with all of this stuff, and it really does up the ante on some of them. This isn't too bad. Like prismarine and all sorts of bizzo, but yeah. So that's sort of where it's at. It's really, there's a bit of grinding sort of in front of me, just clearing, building, getting things sorted out. I've got 2 young citizens and I need to have jobs ready for them. I wanted one of them to be the librarian, that's why I've been focusing on this area here. And then I'm going to have to work out what I want to prioritize, whether it's a stonemason or a woodworker or something. And that'll be good. And yeah, it'll go from there. So I basically just wanted to touch base, make sure you knew that I hadn't disappeared. The series is still ongoing. I had learned to things. Always grateful for all the tips that I get. It's very helpful. So please keep those coming in. And yeah, we'll get some stuff happening. And I really am thinking about that whole trip to the Nether. Where to slot that in. That will be interesting, seeing as I've never explored that ever. Okay, well, thanks for watching this briefer than usual episode, but that should keep you keep you caught up. I'll catch you next time.